Super excited, honor, and in all respect, I'm super thrilled. I think this is a big opportunity for me to work at a club like this. The last 2 years I spent with Red Bulls, I've gotten to see their philosophy and everything that goes involved with their style of play. Spending time over in Austria and Germany, I really got to see the things that are important in their philosophy, the way they invest in younger players, and they want to bring their players through their system. So super excited. I think it's, especially now with the big game tomorrow night, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I mean, the last couple of days have been hectic, but comes with the price.
You talked about earlier today the relationship that you have with Jesse. It goes back over the course of 2 decades with him as a player, you as a coach, the two of you coaching the last couple of years together and time in Montreal. What's it going to be like now taking a step to essentially in a different role, not being his assistant coach, but now the sporting director?
Yeah, look, I've known Jesse for 20 years, so started back in Chicago. So for me, the most important thing is there's a mutual respect for each other in terms of as people, and then in terms of what we do on the field. And so I feel like at all points that's always going to be there. So when I was an assistant coach or head coach, it was the same thing. And so he respects me, I respect him, and I think we'll have a good working relationship. And the most important thing that for me, and I think he will echo the same thing, is that we're going to do whatever we think is best for the organization. I mean, that's the one thing that I think it sort of drives us, because we are such competitive players and people and coaches that we want to win, and that's the ultimate goal for us, is to make sure now that we bring championships to the Red Bulls.
How much will you miss being on the sideline as a member of the coaching staff?
I'm sure I'm going to miss it. When you do 20 years being down on the field, being around the guys, I think it's something that I enjoyed for a long time. But I'm looking at this next challenge in my career as a big opportunity. And so, look, I think one of my biggest strengths is just my relationship with people and my ability to connect with people. And I think that's important now in this position as a sporting director. I think you have to know when to separate, but at the same time know when to be there and have conversations with guys where they feel now it's a conversation, nothing behind it. And so I think that's important, where guys can feel like they can come to me and I can go to them and sort of put things on the table. I think that's important.
And then to wrap up, with you taking the position now on the first day of March and moving forward for the rest of the year, how do you put the stamp on the team when the roster has essentially already been put together? I know you had a hand in that during the course of the offseason, but how does this now become Dennis Hamlet's team with his stamp on the organization?
It's the Red Bull team. It's not my team. I think I'm just part of the big process in terms of what we want to do as an organization. I think that, as the coaching staff, we all sit down and we figure out what's important, what we need, and then we address that as a group. And then, then we have to go out and make sure now that we can get those players, or get the use the resource to get those players to try and bring those guys into our system to hopefully be successful.